dengue fever, you got it. How did it happen? What was it like?
So first of all, thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it. So this is the second time I've got the fucking thing. So Songkran last week. So it's been 9 days or 10 days since Songkran. Classic, tourist thing, which is ridiculous because I've been here for so long now. My first ever motorcycle accident, copped a big bucket of water. Trying to turn into a bar, which is fitting. Trying to turn into a bar, a bit of gravel, all that slid out. Obviously thought, well, I'm at the bar, so don't worry about the rest of this shit. And, started drinking beers all day, hammering buckets, carrying on. It was actually the day before Songkran. And, drank myself to sleep, woke up the next day. I'm like, I better get down to the Songkran. Didn't look at my leg. Like, obviously could feel the pain and shit like that. But I was like, the show must go on, as they say. So, went down to Soitayed and met up with a few people there. And then the rest is history, unfortunately. So went from there, spent the whole day there. People, we're walking around with buckets and people are soaking their dirty water guns into the buckets deliberately. And I'm thinking it's hilarious at the time. Like, this is the best thing ever. Went to work Friday, which was a bit rougher just in general. And then, Saturday, I was sitting down with one of my mates, Will, and I just got hit like a ton of bricks straight away. It was like an impact thing almost. And I knew, like, I'd had a similar feeling before, like I had when I had dengue in the past. And funnily enough, I rang Jay Paddo, who you had on here as well, because he'd only just recently recovered from dengue. I was like, brother, run me through the symptoms again. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck. And then, Sunday was bedridden, man. Like, couldn't move. I physically couldn't even open the top of a water bottle.
How do you think you got it from a mosquito bite or the dirty water?
I think, so the doctor said to me, once you've had it once before, you're susceptible. It's like one of those things, it's like glandular fever. I think it's always in your body. Obviously, I'm no medical student. But it's like as soon as my immune system starts running low and, between probably ignoring the pain of the motorbike crash, drinking, 2 days of that, not sleeping well, my immune system shot down, all the dirty water from Songkran and things like that, a mixture of that and then possibly like another bug bite or just resurfacing the old dengue.
Or it could be and the bacteria, you're getting all the filthy water in the cut. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. And I was not shying away from anything
Yeah, and plus so maybe that could be a myth. Like maybe it's not just from mosquitoes here. It could be from just bacteria.
And obviously the language barrier didn't make things very simple. They're just like, dengue, go away. And I'm like, sweet. Well, that's all I need to know really.
So does it last like a couple days? And what do you do to
this time was, the last time I got it, I was bedridden for seven or 8 days, like completely bedridden. This time I was like 5 days, but I took a bit of advice from a friend of mine, which was strange, but I knew last time I couldn't eat. And he said to me, he goes, bro, don't have any medicine. Don't do anything. Just water fast the whole time. And I was like, well, it's not any different to what I'm doing anyway. I can't eat. So I literally water fasted, tried to make sure I got like 8 liters of water every day. And I bounced back within about 5 days. And, now it's probably been 10 days since Songkran. I'm still like very hot and, a little bit weak and things like that, but, able to hold a conversation. And
what are the symptoms like? What are you?
It's like,
is it aching?
It's like paralysis, like being paralyzed. Like it's just, you just like, you feel like you're rubber. You can't move your bones, everything, your joints kill. You're just sweating profusely nonstop. I went through like 4 different, bed sheets and linen and stuff like that. It's painful, man. It's worse than any post-fight, anything like that. Because like I said, like your whole strength's gone. Like you can't physically get up. You want to, I wanted to have a shower just to get the sweat off. You'd have a hot shower, you'd feel freezing cold. So you'd make it cold, then you'd be hot. And then you're always on the worst end of the spectrum. Is
it like you're feeling inflammation in your joints?
You kind of feel like you're rubber, you know what I mean? And you just like, you can't really maneuver. You can't do anything. And then it starts becoming like a bit of a mental battle because you're like, why can't I just fucking sit up, And then, like I said, you're just sitting there and just profusely sweating like nothing you've ever seen before.
Interesting.
Like I'll be, aircon on at like 24, 23 degrees and I feel like I'm in a sauna. It's just like, I actually don't wish it upon anyone, but I'm getting good at it now, 2 times. So I'm, third time I'll probably be over it in 3 days.
Well, I heard, isn't it something like if you get it the third time, it could be deadly?
I'm not too sure. To be honest, I haven't looked that far into it. I was just like tackling what was happening at the time. But I fucking hope I don't get it a third time.
Yeah, I heard something that then it can get to the level where it affects like your respiratory and like you need to go to the hospital. Someone was telling me like don't get it 3 times.
Probably Jay. When Jay had it, he was fucked. And then when I was getting it this time, I was like, this feels like it's going to be really bad, but it actually came out.
Wait, if you enjoyed this content, we're doing 5 clips like this a week. If you want to watch the full podcast, click here.